The movie starts in 2054, on the frozen planet of Niflheim, where a man named Mickey 17 wakes up in a ditch. He realizes that his communication system and thermal system both are damaged and cannot work. Shivering from the cold, he spots a rescue ship nearby and calls for help. A crew member, Timo, approaches but hesitates. Instead of saving Mickey, he takes his flamethrower and explains that the ship will just print a new Mickey if he dies. Without another word, Timo leaves. Alone and helpless, Mickey spots strange creatures watching him from a distance, realizing there's no escape from his fate. The next day, Mickey's voice narrates his reality. He is an expendable. Each time he dies, his body is reprinted, and his memories are transferred through a device known as the brick. This technology is illegal on Earth, but in outer space, expendables are used for dangerous missions. Scientists experiment on him, exposing him to deadly radiation, only to print him again each time he dies. Mickey recalls how he ended up in this situation. Back on Earth, he made a bad investment with borrowed money, putting him in debt to Darius Blank, a ruthless businessman. Desperate to escape, Mickey signed up for a space expedition, not knowing what being an expendable truly meant. By the time he found out, it was too late. His DNA had been sampled, and his consciousness had been stored, making his role permanent. Aboard the ship, Mickey meets the crew, including a strict leader, Kenneth Marshall, and a woman named Nasha. Marshall sets the rules. Food rations are scarce and romantic relationships are strictly forbidden. Despite this, Mickey and Nasha choose to break the rules, keeping their relationship a secret. As time passes, Mickey dies and is reprinted multiple times, his death count rising. After months in space, they finally arrive at Niflheim. Mickey is sent out to test the atmosphere but becomes infected by a deadly airborne virus. One by one, Mickey 13, 14, 15, and 16 are used as test subjects to find a cure. After several failed attempts, the crew finally discovers a solution, ensuring their survival. While exploring the planet, the crew encounters terrifying alien creatures hiding in a deep trench. The meeting turns deadly when one crew member is killed. Back on the ship, Marshall is furious. He tells Mickey that, as an expendable, he should have been the one to die. As a consequence, Mickey faces harsh punishment. He's assigned grueling 14-hour shifts while surviving on half rations until he retrieves a sample of the mysterious creatures they encountered. One day, while eating at work, Mickey 17 suddenly loses his balance and falls into a deep trench. The scene unfolds just like the film's opening, with Mickey falling into the trench. But this time, something is different. He doesn't die. Instead, he somehow survives. To his surprise, the alien creatures do not harm him. Instead, they pull him out of the icy pit and vanish into the blizzard, leaving him dazed and confused. Struggling to make sense of what just happened, Mickey spots an abandoned vehicle nearby. Desperate for warmth, he climbs inside, changes into dry clothes, and quietly makes his way back to his quarters. Just as he prepares to rest, he stumbles upon a chilling realization. Mickey 18 has already been printed, believing Mickey 17 to be dead. A wave of panic washes over him as he processes the horrifying truth. There should never be two of him at the same time. Before he can react, Mickey 18 suddenly grabs a dumbbell and swings it at his head, knocking him unconscious. Meanwhile, back on Earth, growing concerns about the risks of printing technology begin to resurface. A chilling case from the past is brought up. The story of Dr. Alan Manikova, a brilliant yet deeply unstable scientist who exploited the technology for his twisted purposes. When the police raided Dr. Manikova's home, they discovered two identical versions of him. But what they didn't realize was that a third clone was still out there, using the same technology to carry out a brutal killing spree. It wasn't until all three versions were finally captured that strict laws were put in place, ensuring that no duplicates could exist at the same time. Back on the ship, Mickey 18 drags Mickey 17's unconscious body toward the trash chute, determined to get rid of him for good. However, what he doesn't realize is that Mickey 17 is awake, silently observing and waiting for the right moment to strike. As soon as the opportunity arises, he fights back, swinging a dumbbell at Mickey 18 in an attempt to defend himself. But his clone is faster and stronger, quickly overpowering him and shoving him toward the ship's broiler. Desperate to survive, Mickey 17 pleads with him, trying to reason with him. But Mickey 18 is relentless and refuses to listen. Just as he prepares to finish the job, the sound of approaching footsteps forces him to stop. To avoid drawing suspicion, Mickey 18 quickly moves Mickey 17 aside, making it look like nothing happened just in time. As Timo arrives to secretly deal drugs with the crew, Mickey 18 notices him and, without hesitation, shoves him toward the broiler. Mickey 17 reacts instantly, rushing to intervene, but is unable to stop him. The situation quickly spirals out of control as Mickey 18 grabs a metal rod, ready to strike again. Just before he can attack, Nasha and another crew member step in, breaking up the fight. Mickey 18 walks away with Nasha, leaving Mickey 17 shaken and struggling to process what just happened. Before he has a chance to follow them, another crew member approaches and informs him that Marshall has invited him to a dinner party. Exhausted and starving, Mickey 17 wastes no time devouring the food as soon as he sits down. To his surprise, Marshall seems unusually friendly, and even apologizes for the harsh treatment he has endured. However, the mood shifts dramatically when Marshall reveals his real intention for the meeting. He wants Kai, one of the smartest crew members, to become the colony's baby machine to ensure humanity's survival. Horrified by the suggestion, Kai firmly refuses and tries to steer the conversation towards something more respectable, proposing they honor their fallen comrades instead. As the crew bows their heads in a solemn moment of prayer, Mickey 17 suddenly begins to vomit uncontrollably. The room erupts in confusion as Marshall immediately calls for the ship's scientists. They quickly step in and reveal the shocking truth, that Mickey has been secretly injected with a growth hormone. To counter the effects, they give him painkillers, but instead of providing relief, it only makes things worse. The pain intensifies, spreading through his body until it becomes unbearable, and Mickey collapses, screaming in agony. Frustrated and out of patience, Marshall pulls out his gun, ready to end Mickey 17 for good. But before he can fire, Kai steps in, stopping him and helping Mickey back to her quarters. There, she offers him some tea from Earth, and as they talk, they grow closer. Just as things start to turn intimate, Mickey hesitates. His thoughts drift to Nasha. Pulling away, he decides to leave. As he steps out, Nasha spots them together and bursts into laughter, playfully marking 17 and 18 on their arms. Mickey quickly realizes that she and the others are high. As he and Nasha start making out, Kai suddenly walks in. Shocked to see two Mickeys standing before her, she tries to run and report the truth, but Nasha stops her. Thinking fast, Kai makes a bold offer. She suggests Nasha keep Mickey 18 while she takes Mickey 17. Enraged, Nasha, still under the influence, lashes out. Meanwhile, Mickey 17 and Mickey 18 erupt into a heated argument. Things spiral out of control when Mickey 18, blinded by anger, grabs a gun and storms off, determined to kill Marshall. At that moment, Marshall is giving a speech about a strange rock formation when a crew member suddenly spots movement. A creature hiding within the rocks. Chaos erupts. Mickey 18 sees his chance and aims his gun at Marshall, but before he can pull the trigger, another crew member tackles him. The situation worsens as the crew scrambles to capture the alien creature. Just as things seem to calm down, another creature bursts from the rocks, launching itself at Marshall. In a panic, he orders the crew to open fire, and they gun it down. With the immediate threat gone, Marshall turns his attention back to the duplicates. Realizing they've broken protocol, he orders both Mickey 17 and Mickey 18 to be arrested. Locked up, Mickey and Nasha reflect on everything that has happened. That's when it hits them. The native creatures weren't their enemies. They were the ones who saved Mickey 17 from the trench. Before they can process this, Timo arrives with grim news. Under orders from Darius, he must record Mickey's execution. But Mickey 18 and Nasha won't go down without a fight. They overpower Timo and his accomplice, managing to escape. Their victory is short-lived. Security quickly catches them, and they are sentenced to death. As they are escorted to their fate, they notice something alarming. A massive group of native creatures has gathered around the ship. One crew member points out the reason. The baby creature they captured hasn't stopped crying. Inside the ship, the situation gets even worse. Marshall's wife heartlessly amputates the creature's tail and begins preparing a soup from it. Meanwhile, Marshall, determined to maintain control, brands Mickey 18 to set him apart from Mickey 17. Taking things further, he wipes Mickey's memories, erasing vital pieces of his past. Nasha, furious, steps forward to defend Mickey 18, reminding Marshall that he was the one who first spotted the second creature. But Marshall isn't interested in hearing her out. He shuts her down, tightening his grip on the situation. As tensions grow, Nasha refuses to believe that war is the solution. She insists that the native creatures don't want to fight. They will only defend themselves if they feel threatened. A scientist proposes an alternative approach by suggesting that they attempt communication with the native creatures. believing that using a translator could help them understand each other and avoid unnecessary violence. However, Marshall immediately dismisses the idea, laughing it off as foolish. But his confidence is short-lived. In an unexpected turn, the captive creature suddenly humiliates him in front of the entire crew, testing his patience like never before. Furious, Marshall loses control and lashes out, but Nasha refuses to back down. She stands firm and does not get scared of him. Desperate to prove his authority, he makes a cruel decision. He orders the creature to be thrown into the ship's broiler. As it falls, Nasha acts on instinct, catching it just in time to save its life. What Marshall doesn't realize is that a crew member secretly records everything, capturing proof of his cruelty. Determined to wipe out the creatures for good, he orders the release of a deadly poison gas. His wife, eager to join in, turns it into a twisted game. She orders that whoever collects 100 creature tails will survive, while the loser will die. Before Mickey 17 and Mickey 18 can react, they are shoved off the ship into the freezing wasteland. Just before they leave, a sympathetic scientist secretly slips Mickey 17, a prototype translator. Struggling through the harsh conditions, they finally reach the creature's stronghold and come face to face with their leader. Using the translator, Mickey 17 thanks them for saving him and warns them about the humans' deadly plan. The leader asks why they killed one of their own, a creature named Luco. Still doubtful, Mickey 18 tests the leader's patience. He coldly wonders what would happen if the humans killed more of their young. The leader's response is clear. If another child is harmed, every last human will be wiped out. To prove his power, he lets out a high-frequency scream so strong that it could kill a human instantly. Realizing the danger, Mickey 17 signals that they must return the captured baby before it's too late. Meanwhile, back on the ship, Marshall's advisor argues that he should be the one to negotiate with the creatures, not Mickey 17. Seeing a chance to take back control, Marshall leaves to handle the situation himself, putting his wife temporarily in charge. At the negotiation site, the native leader makes one thing clear. One of the Mickeys must die as punishment. Back on the ship, Nasha knows time is running out. She grabs Marshall's wife by the neck, demanding the baby's release. When she finally lets go, Marshall's wife fights back, slashing the commander's hand with a knife. In the chaos, the baby nearly falls, but Nasha catches it just in time and escapes. As tensions reach their peak, both Marshall and the native leader prepare for war. But just before the battle begins, Nasha arrives, holding out the baby as a peace offering. The leader, seeing his child return safely, calls off the attack. However, he stands firm. Only one Mickey can survive. Understanding what must be done, Mickey 18 makes the ultimate sacrifice. 6 months later, peace is established. The war never happens and humans and the native creatures finally begin to communicate. But Mickey 17 is still haunted. He suffers from vivid dreams, visions of Marshall and his wife returning from the dead. As the meeting ends, the crew gathers around him, grateful for everything he has done. That's how the movie ends. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more movie breakdowns.